The real problem started at 3:40 am. I woke up and couldn't fall asleep again. Walking through a desert. Pain is just feelings. I couldn't go upstairs, couldn't move normally. I enjoyed this pain, the pain of work. My body is evolving. Today is the big day in my career. Today I will walk 100 kilometers or at least 100,000 steps. You see, no one is here because we wake up very early. First 10k, easy 20 kilometers, and this is my 40th kilometer. This is kilometer 40th. I am at the Donald's right now and 50k is behind me. I've just done 60 kilometers. And now I'm just done 70 kilometers. I have a lot of pain in my hips. I have a lot of pain in my feet. We don't done like 100 kilometers, but we done 70% of it. I think it is good result for a person who not prepared for this. Dobra, tyle. So it actually started in really simple way. For 2 days straight I have been sitting at my laptop, walking, playing, just sitting. My legs were already hurting from doing nothing. And at some point I thought to myself, I needed to do something physical. It was Friday evening, I went to the bed around 10:30 p.m. but I couldn't fall asleep. My brain was racing the entire time. I kept thinking, what crazy thing can I do tomorrow? At first I thought about doing something completely insane, walking 100 kilometers, but when I calculated it, it would take more than 20 hours. It felt like too much. Then I considered doing it on rollerblades, but I realized something, rollerblading would actually be too easy for me. And also, filming would be difficult, carrying a camera, managing equipment, all of that. Then I discovered something called drone walk method. 5 minutes running, 1 minute walking over and over again. That sounded interesting, but I also wanted to film it properly. Not just with a small action camera, but with a real camera. So I texted a friend and asked if she could help me as a camera operator, riding a bike next to me while filming. Everything seemed perfect. We couldn't start on Saturday because she was busy. So the plan moved on to Saturday. When I arrived at the place, we ran into a small problem. She had 3 bicycles, but the one with the rack, the one we actually needed to carry my backpack, was broken. So we fixed it. We literally restored the bike enough so it could survive the day. And that bike was heavy, really heavy. Before starting the challenge, I also went with a 4 tests short run. I practiced the run walk technique, 5 minutes running, 1 minute walking. I also practiced downhill running so I wouldn't destroy my quadriceps or knees later. I experimented with posture, leaning forward, efficient walking, almost like powerless walking, conserving energy. The system worked, everything felt ready. So Saturday became preparation and I spent the whole day planning what I need to take. Food was simple but effective. 6 sandwiches, 3 with Nutella, 3 with apricot, 2 packs of Cabana sausages, bananas, energy bars, peanuts, something salty like baked rolls, electrolytes, and around 4 to 5 liters of water. The backpack was heavy, really heavy. That evening I went to sleep early around 9:40 p.m. I was excited, thinking about the whole challenge, imagining how it would go. Eventually I fell asleep around 10 p.m. The real problem started at 3:40 a.m. I woke up and couldn't fall asleep again. There was this strange mix of anxiety and excitement. A small fear in my stomach because the plan was 100 kilometers or at least 100,000 steps. And I have never done something like that before. So I just lie in bed. At around 4:40 or 5 a.m. I gave up trying to sleep and started watching YouTube videos about how people complete 100 kilometers challenge, tips, strategies and pacing. Eventually around 6 a.m. I got up, I washed my hair, packed everything, checked the backpack again. Then I started walking to my friend's place about 1.8 kilometers away, already with the heavy backpack. When I got there, we loaded the backpack onto the bike rack, filmed the intro to the video and started. I began with the plan, 5 minutes running, 1 minute walking. The first 10 kilometers were easy. The kilometers were passing quickly and honestly I felt great. But things started changing after that. blisters. Around 3.5 kilometers I already had to put on the first blister bandage. The second one came around 5 kilometers. By 10 to 16 kilometers my feet were almost fully taped to prevent blisters. And still somehow I got blistered on my heel, which was strange because I had never had one before. And that one hurt the most. But physically the first half marathon still felt pretty good. Running felt decent, walking felt perfect. Then came the 20 to 30 kilometer section. That was the worst. The distance started to feel endless, the pain started bleeding, but the biggest problem was mental pure boredom. We were looping the same road again and again. If I keep running like this, I might finish the marathon distance, maybe even 50 kilometers, but after that I will walk like a cripple. So 30 kilometers I changed the strategy. I stopped running for that moment and mostly walked, and surprisingly that worked. When I walked I felt amazing, almost like I had just started. Running was a problem, but walking felt naturally. Walking made the kilometers slower too. When I was running, my pace was around 5 to 7 minutes per kilometer. Now it was more like 10-12 minutes per kilometer. That made the distance feel endless. At one point we walked along a long road near the highway. It was about 25 degrees, completely clear sky, bright sun. Everything around me looked yellow and dry. Warm wine, dry ground, empty road. For a moment it honestly felt like walking through a desert. But actually enjoying the heat. I like warm weather, so mentally it didn't break me. Around 40 kilometers we took a longer break, about an hour, maybe 90 minutes. We ate proper meal and something funny happened. I saw bird's nest in a tree near to my friend's house. So after already doing 40 kilometers, I climbed the tree to check if there were eggs inside. That's when I realized, okay, my body is still functioning pretty well. 50 kilometers. After the break, we continued. Walking through a forest helped a lot. The air was cooler, there was shade, fewer people. At 50 kilometers, we stopped at McDonald's. We didn't even eat a McDonald's food, we just sat there and ate our own food. Standing up and sitting down was hard, but once I was walking again, it felt okay. That was also the time I tried running. After that, no more running, only walk. After that, no more running. After that, no more running, only walking. The 50 to 60 kilometers section was long. Not as brutal as the 20 to 30 kilometers section, but still very slow mentally. We just kept walking, talking, step after step. And I kept reading one simple idea in my head. Maybe I can't do 100 kilometers, but I can take the next step, and the next step, and another one. With every step I was closer to the goal. During the earlier thought moments, especially around the 20-30 kilometer section, I used something that helped a lot. I started listening to David Goggins' motivation. I kept repeating one idea. Pain is just feelings. When that voice was in my ears, everything became easier. My pace even jumped from 6:40 to 5.05 per kilometer at one point. Maybe a bit too fast, honestly, but motivation pushed me forward. The 60 to 70 kilometer section was tough but also exciting, because we created checkpoints, 67 kilometers, 69 kilometers, and finally 70 kilometers. Each number felt like a victory, and when I finally reached 70 kilometers, I actually felt pretty good. I could still walk normally. After the finish, I walked home. I dropped my friend off and continued my own. And the biggest surprise was this. After my previous marathon, I walked like a penguin for days. I couldn't go upstairs, couldn't move normally, but this time I could walk. I came home, took a shower, ate something light, and went to sleep around 9 to 10 p.m. I slept for about 10 hours straight. No waking up from pain, nothing. Just deep sleep. Next day, when I woke up, there was pain, but a good kind of pain. I enjoyed this pain, the pain of work that had been done, not catastrophic pain, not just the feeling that my body had gone through something real. I even tested it. I did a squat, it hurt, but it worked. And the best part, I was walking like normal human being, not like cripple, not like penguin. Later that day at 5 p.m., I even went to the gym, and after doing 70 kilometers the day before, I ran another 3 kilometers. Of course, I didn't train legs, no squats, nothing heavy for just legs. I just stretched them. Upper body workout, some pull-ups, although jumping down from the bar hard like hell. But still, after 70 kilometers, 3 more. That's when I realized something. My body is evolving, even though I do crazy challenges like this only a few times a year. Somehow my body adapts. This wasn't some small thing. 70 kilometers without preparation in about 11 hours. And the next day I was still moving. That tells me something important. The human body and the human mind are capable of far more than usually we believe.